What's up, guys? So I'm back. This is an NFL free agency video. Gonna be sort of a quickish video, but let's talk about the winners and losers for free agency. As you guys can see, I'm wearing a Penguins shirt. I'm not a Penguins fan, but I just got this shirt when I was in Pittsburgh. But anyways, onto the video. So let's just talk about the honorable mentions. I mean, these weren't really free agent moves; they were trades. I mean, we saw Russell Wilson go to the Broncos, and that was pretty crazy. As a Seahawks fan, I reacted to that. I'll probably link will be in the description of that. And we saw Devontae Adams leave Green Bay. He wanted out. He wanted to play with his boy Derek Carr with Fresno State, who played. They both played together in college. The Packers did not want to pay up $23 million. They gave him 28. The Raiders paid up. They gave him 28 million. They only give up two first and a second rounder in this draft. Aaron Rodgers signed his contract. He's probably fuming right now with the Raiders, and they re-signed Max Crosby. They're throwing around a ton of money, just a ton of money. And the Raiders are probably going to be a pretty good team. The AFC West is crazy. Every good player is in the AFC West right now. So let's get into this. The Chargers, I think they're one of the biggest winners in free agency this year. First off, they trade for Khalil Mack, and Khalil Mack, when he went to the Bears, we all thought the Bears fleeced the Raiders. That didn't happen. I mean, they were good for 1 year. They went 12-4 that year. They made the playoffs, but they literally just the Bears fell off. That's sometimes you don't have a quarterback, and they give away Khalil Mack for nothing to the Chargers. So the Chargers now have Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa on the same team, which is pretty insane if you ask me. And they added to their defense. They had one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. They added Khalil Mack. They signed D-tackled Sebastian Joseph to a 3-year, $24 million contract, $15 million guaranteed. They were one of the worst run stuffing teams in the league. I mean, every team they played, they gave like 140 yards a game rushing. Rushing on the Chargers was the way to beat them. It wasn't through their pass defense because they had pretty solid corners, and Casey Hayward, Desmond King, Derwin James, one of the best safeties in the NFL. But it's insane that Chargers they got better. I mean, every team in this AFC West got better. They had J.C. Jackson. Patriots, I don't know why they want to pay him. He's one of the best young corners in the league. They got him out of Vandy in like this early second round a few years ago. But the Chargers gave him 5 years, $82 million, the hottest young cornerback on the market. He's only 25, one of the best players in the league, $40 million guarantee. The Chargers, they lost Casey Hayward, they lost Desmond King in free agency. What they do? They add J.C. Jackson. They have an elite defense now. J.C. Jackson, Derwin James in the secondary with their solid linebackers. And the good thing about all these moves is the Chargers, they do have their picks still. They have their first and second round picks. They added to the defense. I think they might finish second in the division, but free agency and the draft is not done. Denver and Oakland or Vegas, I should say, can make more ads. And another winner, I think the New York Jets are a big winner in this free agency. They added Lincoln Tomlinson, a guard from the 49ers, 3 years, $40 million, $27 million guaranteed, and he hasn't missed a snap in 3 years. He played under Mike LaFleur's scheme in San Francisco. They're going to be a run-first zone blocking scheme, so that's good there. The Jets need more offensive linemen. Mekhi Becton's questionable. I know he's their stud left tackle, but he needs to be healthy to play. The Jets, if they get a center, they will have a very good offensive line for Zach Wilson. That's what we like to see. Protect your young quarterback. They also had C.J. Uzomah. They're helping out Zach Wilson even more. 3 years, $24 million. Uzomah was a part of that Bengals team last year that made the Super Bowl run. They were a pretty good team. I don't know what the Bengals are going to do with tight end now. I hear Gronk wants to play for Joe Burrow potentially. That could be an interesting move. We'll have to wait and see if that actually happens. But DJ Reid, as a Seahawks fan, I'm going to tell you guys, Jets fans, he's a 5'9" corner. He was pretty good last year. He was our cornerback one. He's only 5'9", but he's a very physical corner. He's very good at making tackles. That's sort of solid. They run sort of the same defense that Pete Carroll knows a lot of cover 3. DJ Reid is perfect for that. He's going to get in your corner's face, and he's going to make play. He's going to bat the ball away. He's going to make the right tackle. So I like that signing a lot. He felt disrespected apparently that the Seahawks didn't want to pay him. Just a little weird, but 3 years, $33 million for DJ Reid. And safety Jordan Whitehead, 2 years, $14.5 million. He was safety for the Bucks. He's on their Super Bowl winning roster. He's a solid player. The Jets apparently didn't want to pay up for Marcus Williams, who got like ridiculous 5 years. $75 million from the Ravens. I think that's a little too much. Joe Douglas didn't want to empty his pockets for that. So he gets Jordan Whitehead, the next best consolation prize there. Marcus May left, which is okay. Now he's Jordan Whitehead in the secondary to replace that. And Whitehead's a solid young player. The Jets signed all players are like 25 or 26. They have a lot of tank in the juice left. A lot of juice in the tank left. I don't know. Tank in the juice doesn't make any sense. But anyways, a lot of juice in the tank left. And the Jets have the 4th pick and the 10th pick in this upcoming draft. They're going to be a very good, they might be even to remove one of those picks for a stud player. Who even knows? Maybe DK Metcalf, maybe another receiver. How about Zach Wilson? But the Jets and Chargers definitely some big winners of the free agency. And I liked what the Bills did because they signed Von Miller for 6 years, 120 mil. I don't know how much that's guaranteed, but Von Miller sort of revived his career last year with the Rams, winning a Super Bowl ring opposite of Aaron Donald. He had a solid season. I wouldn't say he's completely washed, but they gave him a lot of money. But the Bills, the goal of the offseason was to get to the quarterback and stop the run. Their defense was a little suspect to that the last couple of years. They also had D tackle Jordan Phillips from Arizona last year, who had 3 sacks, and he's a pretty good player. You know, he's been on the Dolphins, he's been on the Cardinals, he's been around the league. But adding him and Von Miller definitely, and probably Gregory Rousseau and El Oliver will probably improve after this year. So the Bills might have a formidable defensive line. And they also signed Rodgers Saffold. He was a top 5 run blocking guard by PFF. The Bills wanted to get better running the ball this offseason. That was another vocal point. Adding Saffold to that takes some pressure off Josh Allen, be able to get the ball. Instead of giving the ball to Josh Allen, have him potentially get injured, they can give it to a running back on like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and they can make a play. So I like that signing. So the Bills, Jets, and Chargers, they're kind of winners in this free agency, you know. And the Jaguars, they did a lot of moves. Let's talk about a team that maybe, I don't say they lost it, but it was just questionable moves. The the Jaguars, they gave $72 million to Christian Kirk. I don't like that. I know they're really desperate for wide receivers. You need to draft one. I know you have Trevor Lawrence. You're trying to accelerate that process, but $18 million for Christian Kirk. He's not that good at that. I liked how they did get Evan Ingram. They got him on a cheap deal. They had some defensive linemen. Braden Sheriff, $49 million over 3 years, who misses a lot of time. Maybe Tomlinson, that the Jets got, would have been more suited for this. And apparently the Jags have, since 2012, dropped a $1.6 billion in free agency. And they haven't been that good at that. And they just lost Miles Jack in free agency. Maybe they should have re-signed him. But they added Christian Kirk and Zay Jones to Marvin Jones. These wide receivers are pretty mediocre. I don't really like this wide receiver core. I think they were better off to maybe draft one in the 2nd or 3rd round and take a shot on one. But it's Jacksonville. They don't make the best moves. We all know that. So, I mean, anyways, pretty much NFL free agency has been crazy. And this whole offseason has been crazy. Tom Brady coming back. Russell Wilson, Denver, as I mentioned. And March Madness is happening right now. So, that's also been really exciting in sports. But, yeah, Chargers, Jets, and Bills are my winners. I would say Jacksonville's kind of a loser. They spend too much money. And I don't think the players they're getting are very productive at all. I think Trevor Lawrence needs better. I do like Doug Peterson as a coach moving forward. But that's it for this video. So like and subscribe if you guys want more videos like this, 8 to 10 minutes, me talking about stuff like this discussion. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and peace.